live on your tablet, phone, and the KUTV app. This is 2 News Live.
Thanks for joining us for 2 News Live tonight. I'm Heidi Hatch. It is Thursday, February 8th. We're going in depth tonight of the fallout from a social media post made by Utah Board of Education member Natalie Cline. As we go in depth tonight, you can always get in touch with us during the show. Use the hashtag 2 News Live to join in the conversation. You can always find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm TV Heidi Hatch. Send me a direct message if you'd like to weigh in. Well, we've all been paying close attention to the weather this week. A whole lot of rain in the valleys, snow in the mountains, and now some of that snow moving to the south. Trent Parker is here to talk a little bit about that. It looks like Cedar City's getting hit the hardest today.
Yeah, it is. The portion of I-15 from about Scipio Summit down through Cedar City is seeing some measurable snowfall right now, and of course it is still snowing up in the mountains. So Parley Summit a little bit tricky this afternoon, and Park City getting a little bit of snowfall. But here, all rain, 2.32 inches so far this month of February at the Salt Lake City International Airport. It is the wettest February in 26 years. The all-time wettest February actually was back in 1998. So we are now tied for 11th. Wettest February of all time if we're to just end things right now, but it's only the first week of February, so we still have a couple more days, if not weeks to go to add on to that. Here's some of the resort snowfall totals over the last 7 days. Remarkable amounts. We're talking over 5 feet of snow at Alton, Snowbird 52 inches at Brighton, close to 4 feet at Bryan Head and Solitude, close to 40 inches at Eagle Point, Deer Valley up there as well, Sundance 33 inches, and we saw generally 1 to 5 feet across the entire state up in the mountains. So that is good news. It's great news for our snowpack. We're continuing to see those numbers go up. We've got a storm right now in southwestern Utah. It's a part of this huge dip in the jet stream, which we like to call a gyre, a rotating mass of these storms that just kind of hang out over the same place for a couple of days, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Couple scattered showers here in northern Utah. Some snow showers now working their way towards the western part of Cache County. Here in Salt Lake, Davis, and Weber counties, the main focus has been over towards Tooele, along I-80 towards Lake Point, and of course the airport, where we've seen just the stationary band over the last couple of hours. It's not moving anywhere anytime soon. And then of course we've got that snow, heavy at times, up towards Parley's Canyon. And here's a live look at the UDOT camera up towards Parley's Summit. So we've got some light snow falling right now, some road slush, and maybe a little bit of packed snow in between lanes. So please be safe if you're traveling to or from Park City tonight. We've also got some snow showers down south central Utah towards the Grand Staircase, Panguitch, Cedar City, and of course Bryan Head keeps on adding up their snow totals down there in southwestern Utah. High resolution future track shows that low starting to shift east tonight, so the focus will then be southeastern Utah, places like Monticello, Blanding getting some snow overnight, even Moab maybe traced to an inch or two. And then as the storm works its way out, we do continue that northwest flow behind it, so we could see some snow showers redeveloping overnight tonight here across the Wasatch Front and through Friday morning. And we've gone ahead and issued a first alert weather day for that Friday morning commute, just because it's not going to be a lot of snow, but it is coming at a pretty inconvenient time. And with these temperatures as cold as they are now and tomorrow, we'll likely see some road snow and some travel trouble tomorrow. So generally traced to maybe 2 inches here across the lower valleys of the Wasatch Front. Mountains could potentially get another 3 to 6. And down in southern Utah, this is where the main focus of the storm is. We could see 2 to 5 inches here along I-15 through central and southern Utah, as far south as about New Harmony, and then a trace to an inch elsewhere, including down near Zion, and then southeastern Utah, potentially picking up 3 to 6 inches in some of those towns out there. Here's when the travel impacts are going to be over the next couple of days. It's really right now through Friday morning down in south central and southern Utah. So you're experiencing the adverse conditions now. Up here in northern Utah, we'll have to wait until around midnight tonight, and those adverse conditions could last through about Friday at noon. Snow showers lasting through much of the day on Friday, but I think by the time we get into the afternoon, we're going to have enough sunlight to kind of melt those road surfaces. So here's your first alert weather day. Some valley road snow and slush tomorrow morning. It will be all snow up in the mountains, so no mixing there. Road spray and reduced visibility is the other concern. Just increasing your following distance out there, slowing down your rate of travel. Those are the two best things that you can do. So make sure you plan for extra travel time. Wake up a couple minutes early tomorrow. And as far as travel issues go, here across the west, we do have some snow coming in Friday afternoon, but by Saturday we start to clear things out. So if you have travel plans across the southwest, maybe you're headed down to Vegas for the Super Bowl, it should be just fine once we get past Friday. I'm giving you the yellow light for those scattered rain and snow showers. Temperatures in the 30s, and it will be mostly mostly dry on Saturday. But what about the big game? Perfect football weather, in my opinion. Sunny skies to start it off. Temperatures in the 50s, cooling off into the 40s overnight with just a couple of clouds. Here's your 7-day forecast down in St. George. Mix of rain and snow potentially tomorrow. A couple morning flurries potentially Friday night into very early Saturday morning. Clear skies on Sunday, staying in the 40s until Monday when we're back in the 50s. And check out next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This is your +2. We will be near 59 degrees with some sunny skies for days 8 and 9. Salt Lake City, here's yours. First alert weather day for tomorrow morning. That light snow falling through much of the day. 38 degrees. A little bit chilly this weekend, about 4 degrees below normal. Partly cloudy skies through Sunday, into the 40s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And here's your +2, only on 2, 49 and 50 for next Friday and Saturday. So maybe a little bit more spring-like weather returning. Some walks on the Jordan River coming back here soon.
Yeah, sign me up for that. I know that there's a lot of families that have President's Day weekend, soccer tournaments, baseball tournaments outside, so not getting soaked in the rain.
So far, no weather trouble.
All right.
Yes.
2 thumbs up for that. Trent, thank you. We'll be keeping an eye on that weather, and you can always download the 2 News weather app to know about the changes that happen wherever you're at. Get updated forecast live radar right on your phone. The app is free to use, free to download. Again, just go to KUTV.com or the 2 News mobile app. In the news tonight, the father of a teenage girl put on blast online this week by State Board of Education member Natalie Klein, doubling down on calls now for her resignation. Ariel Harrison went to the family's home tonight to speak with him. And Ariel, what did he have to say about Klein's comments? I'm sure that this is frustrating and I'm sure emotional for this family.
Yeah, he says it's been a roller coaster of emotions since this post was first brought to their attention by their daughter's school principal. The school contacted both he and his wife and said, hey, this has been posted about with your daughter online on Natalie Klein's Facebook page. He said that when he first saw it, he just was in disbelief. He couldn't believe it. Then to see all of the hurtful comments that were shared, addressing his daughter's appearance, it just was heartbreaking. So it struck a nerve there, but then he became angry and was frustrated and even said that he directly contacted Klein and said, hey, look, I'm her dad. She is not a boy. She identifies as a girl, was born a girl, and basically confronted Natalie Klein. He said that she responded to him and apologized, but in his mind, the damage is done. He said this is despicable that this has happened, and they feel there needs to be some accountability, Heidi.
I'm sure that that has to be a tough situation, and the problem I think they're dealing with and a lot of elected leaders are looking at is that she's in an elected position and whether anything can actually be done or if this is going to be up to voters when it comes to this next election. And she does have a challenger in this race.
That's right. We know that the governor has reached out to this family and said that his hands are tied in that regard. We also know that the state board, they can't unnecessarily unseat someone that's an elected official. So they have said, they issued a statement today, Heidi, saying that being the state school board, leadership board, from my understanding, that they will look into if there is some disciplinary measures that need to be taken. So this is on their radar. They did condemn this. The governor himself also condemned it. Other state leaders have as well. The family just wholeheartedly believes that a public elected official, someone that's charged on a board like the State School Board of Education, for instance, charged with protecting children, shouldn't be doing something like this that in his and the family's eyes does the exact opposite. He said, yes, his daughter has short hair, has muscles, play basketball. Doesn't mean she should be, this post should have gone up insinuating that she was a boy. It's just been really hard for them. They're really heartbroken. They want to make sure this doesn't happen to any other family in Utah.
It's understandable. Before we let you go, how is she doing? Did the dad say?
Yeah, I think you can understand this, Heidi. It was heartbreaking listening to him. It brought me to tears, in fact. He told me that his daughter actually came home from school today. She's having a hard time. He said she's mentally tough and strong, and that's something that's really special about her. But he did say that today she said, hey, Dad, can I come home? So they're working through this. It sounds like she has a really neat support group. She's loved and she loves her family. And so the dad told me, hey, we'll get through this. But again, they just feel like there needs to be some accountability in their eyes. That's Natalie Klein voluntarily stepping down, Heidi.
All right, Ariel Harrison live for us tonight. Thanks so much. Now, reaction to Kline's comments also coming from Utah lawmakers. As she mentioned, Brian Malahy live at the Capitol tonight. What are lawmakers saying?
Lawmakers are saying they think they have the authority to remove her. They're still investigating that. They're talking with the lawyers. The governor may not, the governor may say that his hands are tied. The school board may be saying that. Legislature is saying it's open to the possibility of impeaching her. It's investigating. And this is not just in the minority, the House minority, the Senate minority, but in the majority as well. Senate President Stuart Adams saying today that they're looking into it and that all options, as he put it, are on the table. One other legislator who is an attorney spoke to him today. He thinks the legislature has the authority to do this and that this was an ethical violation by a public official. Does it rise, however, and this is the question, does it rise to an illegal ethical violation punishable by impeachment? So in other words, yeah, you can impeach. The question may be, should the legislature impeach at this point?
I'm sure one of the questions and frustrations that seems probably coming from a lot of people here in Utah, we have a very short legislative session. They have a lot of important bills and issues to be dealing with, and now they've got this in the middle of all the state's business that they're working on right now.
Yeah, that's right. And I think this is for them a distraction, maybe a major distraction. I don't think anybody, how could they see this coming? And so today, they're still working through it. And, I was asking questions today. Well, okay, when are you going to have an answer? When do you think you'll have some answers, on how you'll proceed and, what you'll do and that sort of thing. And really, they're saying, you know what, it isn't going to be today. This is going to take some time. And the other thing that I heard today was, look, if we go down this road and we impeach, and the person who told me this said, not saying that we shouldn't do that, but if we do, what are the ramifications for other elected officials, including people who also serve in the legislature? Would there also be questions or impeachable issues, transgressions that would be, on the table at that point? So I think there's a lot of, there is widespread concern and criticism of what Natalie Klein did. Especially, you hear this from all kinds of people, putting another person's child on a social media post like that. That really, in some ways, crossed the line for a lot of people. But the next question then is, okay, what are you going to do about it? What should you do about it? And so I think the legislature, I could be wrong about this, but my sense is the legislature wants to take its time on this, measure twice, cut once, and we'll see what happens.
Thoughtful reaction as we're watching that. We've learned in Congress that just because you can doesn't mean you should. Impeachments oftentimes become political. We'd love to hear from you at home. Brian, thank you. What do you think of the reaction to Natalie Klein's social media posts and the ensuing apologies? We've gotten more than 2,200 votes on this poll. You can scan the QR code right now. It's on your screen if you'd like to weigh in. The majority of you, 85%, say she should resign. 10% though say people are making too much of this. In other news, we are just 3 days away from Super Bowl LVIII. Brian Schnee, who's usually with you here, is in Las Vegas this week and caught up with former quarterback Matt Ryan.
Here with the QB Matt Ryan on Media Row talking everything because we're in Vegas leading up to 58. How are you, first off?
I'm great. Enjoying the week out here, talking about this game, having fun. So it's been good.
What's it like to have a game of this magnitude in Vegas? Because obviously the push for the NFL to be here was a long time coming, and now it's here, and now the biggest game is here.
Yeah, if you would have told me there was going to be a Super Bowl in Vegas when I got drafted in 2008, I would have told you were crazy. But times have changed, and people evolve, and the game is here. And honestly, the city's done a really good job. It's been, I got in last Sunday, and so been here for half the week and kind of seeing how it's been hosted, how it's kind of accommodated everybody, the fun that people are having. I think they've done an excellent job, and hopefully it gets capped off with a great game on Sunday.
Obviously, as the quarterback here, we've got two great quarterbacks on Sunday. So What are you looking at when you see these two and the matchup here for 58?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Patrick Mahomes and what he's done in his career. It's incredibly impressive. The ability to find ways to win, different ways to win, with a bunch of different players. He's just a stud, and he's fun to watch. And then on the other side, you got Brock Purdy, who comes in, last draft pick, and has had this unbelievable run of 2 years and gets this team to the Super Bowl in a dramatic way at the end of the NFC Championship game, and running and kind of making plays off the cuff to get them there. I think you've got two guys, one at the pinnacle and one trying to ascend into that elite category, and it's going to be impressive to watch and fun to watch on Sunday.
How have they done here in Vegas in terms of setting up for Super Bowl 58? They've got Allegiant Stadium, and all the shiny new toys are here, and the brightest lights shine in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So, how does this feel for you coming in here? Because did you play here? Probably not, right?
I played here
once.
Yeah,
there we go.
Played here once with the Colts. And so the stadium's unreal. I mean, it's gorgeous. You get inside it. It was a great place to play. And the city as a whole, I mean, I've been to a number of different Super Bowls, and to me, it's been done really well. I mean, it's busy. There's no doubt about it, and the Strip is packed. But at the same time, it's condensed, which is pretty good. It makes getting around and seeing all of the different things that they have going on. CBS, we got the best setup right in front of Bellagio, which has been awesome. So as far as that goes, I think it's been a really good setup.
How many selfies have you taken since you got here?
I've taken a handful of selfies, which has been good. So I've enjoyed it. Yeah.
Got a smile out of him there. You can join us at 6:30 tonight for KUTV's Road to Las Vegas special with the attractions, celebrities, the weather. If you're driving to Vegas to enjoy some of that fun, we've got you covered there. And even if you're staying at home, we'll have some ideas to make the big game extra special at your house. You can watch Super Bowl 58 this Sunday on KUTV Channel 2, over on Channel 2 tonight at 6:30, though, for that special. Thanks so much for watching 2 News Live. We'll be here 5:30, Monday through Friday. And if you're heading out tonight in the northern Wasatch Front, calm still tonight.
A little bit of some snow showers, nothing major, but just be careful out there. Drive a little bit slower than you would.
All right, sounds good. Have a great night. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.